Hey guys, today on Chroma Digitizing, we are talking about shortcuts. Now, what's a shortcut? A shortcut is a keystroke that allows you to access features in Chroma in a fast and efficient way. And today it's all about shortcuts. Stay tuned. Chroma just keeps getting better and better. And the shortcuts is one of the ways that I'm able to do fast and efficient digitizing. If you don't know the shortcuts, I highly recommend that you download them. If you have legacy or the subscription model, you can go to your customer portal and access them through the portal and download the shortcuts on a PDF and print them out. I have mine taped on the side of my monitor. But now, one of the new features of Chroma, and we're going to be doing a series of new features, and one of them happens to be that you can access the shortcuts right on Chroma itself. So if we go to Tools and we look at shortcuts, there it is right there. Go to Shortcuts. These are all the shortcuts. You've already had shortcuts. You just didn't know it. But let me show you something. If you hover over one of the icons, the shortcut will automatically pop up. So for the zoom feature, if you click zoom, the Z, you'll access the zoom tool. If you hover over this, the pan tool, if you hit the P, you'll pan as well. There's also a space bar. If you hit the space bar, you can also pan. Some of them are hidden. This is why it's important to look at all your shortcuts. It's going to help you out a lot. If you go here, the R is for the ruler, and we have the backdrop tool. Some of them don't have shortcuts because you have to access them before you start. So this is all going to be about shortcuts. So for example, if I want to do a run stitch, I'm going to hit the number 2. Once I hit the number 2, notice how this is activated. And then once I have all my settings set up, I can just start clicking around, and let's just make somewhat of a circle and connect it and right click, and there we go. So why is it important to do shortcuts? Let's start. If we're going to do a complex fill object, let's go with 5. So let's hit F7. F7 will do my selector tool, and we're going to delete that. So you can already see how much faster I'm able to navigate things. So if I hit the number 5, that's my complex fill. If I were to do a complex fill, remember, you're always trying to set paths from one item to another. If I'm doing 2 complex fills and I want to connect them, well, here I would hit the number 2, and from this corner, I would connect my next item, right click, hit the number 5 again. Now I'm back to my complex fill, and then I would do my next one. And while I'm still on complex fill, I would select my next complex fill, right click, and with my F7, I can change the color. So here we have a first complex fill, a run stitch connecting it, the next complex fill, and then we've changed the color. This helps you be more efficient. Had I done this without the shortcuts, this is what it would look like. So let's go to F7, select everything, and delete it. First, I would have had to go to complex fill, draw my complex fill item, then come here to the straight line, go from here, right click, then go back to my complex fill, then go here, then go back to my complex fill, change the color, and if, oh, see, I would have to come back to the selector tool, select it, then change the color. It can be done, but the shortcuts help you get that streamlined effect where you don't have to be hunting for icons. So your mouse can be here, and since you do have another hand, you might as well put it to good use. So learn your shortcuts. The good thing about the new Lux version, and it should have been downloaded already if you don't have it yet, but here under Tools, you go to Shortcut. This will allow you to create custom keys, and they have them segmented in different areas. So for example, if I'm doing digitizing, I can click the digitizing one, and these are all my digitizing tools from the applique, artwork. Buttonhole doesn't have one, so you can create your own key for that. We've got the classic satin, which is number 9, number 5 for complex fill. So they're all segmented, and you can always print it out. This is something that I highly recommend. Let's go to our lettering. In lettering, here you've got your text tool, and these are all the different types of tool that you have, like the eraser, auto digitizing, the selector, ruler, slice, split, stitch. Everything is organized in a way where they're easily accessible. If you haven't seen this before, This is great. And now you can actually look at it right on the computer. You don't have to go to your portal and access that data. So once again, if you hover over the icon that you want, it'll tell you what the shortcut is. So we have the manual stitching is 1, then we have our cross stitch is 8. So this is really, really good. Any type of feature that you have. And these are features that you want to go back and forth and back and forth. Anytime you're doing any type of digitizing and you want to have that path and you want to minimize the work that you're doing, the steps that you have to do something, learning the shortcuts is really important. Another one that's not listed as part of the shortcuts that you can't hover over, but if I hit the space bar, notice that my icon for the mouse turns into a hand, and here I can click and drag the image around. Another thing, in order to zoom in and zoom out, most of you know this already, but if you push the wheel away from you, it will push the design away, so it'll minimize it. If you pull the wheel towards you, it will magnify it. So remember, push makes it go smaller because it's pushing it away, and pulling the wheel towards you makes the item or the image get bigger. And if you have it really magnified and you want it to navigate through this, you can just click the space bar and just, move the item around so you can get around to the different aspects of it and you don't have to zoom out and zoom in or use your arrow keys. Because if I use my arrow keys, it's really jumpy like this. Okay. But with the space bar, I can go exactly where I want and just kind of maneuver. And if I push the wheel away from me, then the image gets smaller. If I pull it, it gets bigger. So this is a great new feature that allows you to customize your shortcuts. If you don't have Lux and you have Inspire or Plus, don't worry. You can always download the shortcuts from the portal, and you'll also be able to see them here. Just can't customize them. That's one of the advantages of getting Lux. So if you don't have Lux already, I highly recommend that you get it because we're just making it much better, much faster, way more efficient. And unlike other type of embroidery softwares out there, everything is right where you can see it. The only time you have to right click on anything is if I wanted to convert this to something or create an outline. That's the only hidden feature in Chroma. But otherwise, everything is right at your fingertips. So if I wanted to make a border around this, I could right click, and here I can convert it to a manual stitch, run stitch applique, a utility. It helps me create a border, create an outline, and these are very helpful things. Another thing, grouping. Grouping is really easy. And if you have a Mac or a PC, the commands are the same, except instead of control on a PC, you would use command on a Mac. So if I wanted to group these items together, I can do a control or command A, and it would select all again. These are shortcuts that we're using. So notice how fast I did it. I didn't have to drag across. If I wanted to group them, I would hit command G, and now they are one group. So if I click one of them, I'm moving them all. If I wanted to duplicate this, command D or control D, and now I click here. So everything has a shortcut. If I hit F7, I can select it. I can right click. And again, here you can see all, and these here will show you the different commands. So every single function in Chroma has, or most everything has a shortcut that you can apply to it. So if you're constantly using the same function over and over, make sure you memorize the shortcut so that you can navigate through it quickly and get your digitizing done very fast and effectively. And most of the shortcuts are very similar to the standard shortcuts in Word, Photoshop, Adobe, Illustrator, Corel. So they share many of the same features or the same shortcuts. Some of them are different, but for the most part, the main essence of it are the same. So get out there and do some great digitizing. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when we're coming out with the next great content. But stay tuned for more, guys.